Good morning, and today we are going to be doing lesson 7.9, and we're going to continue telling time. How do you tell time and show time in 5 minutes? You are going to show your counting on your clock, and you need to tell the names for all of the times that you do. I'm going to remind you and invite you to use a red and a blue pencil to help you with that. Remember, your red pencil is helping you with the hour hand, and your blue pencil is helping you with the minute hand. So it says draw the hands on the clock to tell the minute, and to draw the hour hand and the minute hand to show the time. And on these first problems, you are going to do 11:30, which is what we did yesterday, 12 o'clock, and 5:30. You also need to tell all of the names for this would be like 11:30 or 11:30. Alrighty, so you're going to tell all the possible names for those times. And then we're moving on to the next page. Here's our learning section. What does it mean when the minute hand points to the 7, which I have highlighted in blue? Count by 5s until you reach 7, understanding that 0 is at 12, so we start counting at 0. 0, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35. We are 35 minutes right here. 35 minutes past the hour of 10 o'clock. 35 minutes past the hour of 10 o'clock when that hour hand is halfway between the 10 and the 11. It has not been the 11 o'clock hour yet, and it is the 10 o'clock hour still. Remember that the minute hand moves from one number to the next number in 5-minute increments, and there are 60 minutes in an hour, which we talked about yesterday. So your job is to highlight the hour hand with your red pencil, and you're also going to highlight the minute hand with your blue pencil. So you remember which one is telling what. The minute hand, remember, is longer than the hour hand. This just helps you to keep track. You are going to show me the digital time using your colons. And you are also going to write all of the different names for that particular time. If it's 5:30, then I need to see 5:30. If it is 12 o'clock, then I need to see 12 o'clock, and so on and so forth. So you are going to be writing those down, and you'll be doing the same thing on this page. I'm not going to highlight everything for you, but I think you know what I'm talking about. You need to finish drawing the hands draw the minute hand to show the same time as 7:25. Notice that this is halfway between the 8 and the 7, meaning that it is still the 7 o'clock hour. Halfway between the 1 and the 2, which means it's still the 1 o'clock hour, and it is just a teeny tiny bit past the 5 o'clock hour, so it is still the 5 o'clock hour, and you are putting in the minute hand. Also, it would be a good idea to show your counting on each of these problems. Then you're moving on and doing problem 16, 17, and 18. You're going to need to read those problems and use cubes. And read, draw, and write. So read, draw, and write for those 3 word problems. And then, of course, you need to do the exit ticket last. So you're doing this page last after you complete this page. Do this page after the exit ticket. So you have 6 problems that you need to be doing here. And then you're going to check with me to see how you did on these problems. And then you'll be doing the exit ticket and sending it to your teacher. All right, so back to the beginning. You're on your own while you pause the video, work the problems, and then come back and check with me. Off you go. Pause the video. Okay, are you done? All righty, here we go. So the time that was shown on the clock was 11:30. That would be 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 30 minutes. Hopefully you're showing me that this started at 0, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 30 minutes past the hour of 11 o'clock. So 11-30 or half past 11 because you have gone halfway around the clock for half past 11. All right, now this one should have been 12 o'clock noon. When we do o'clock, we draw a little circle and we do a hyphen because we're leaving out all of the letters except for the O. 12 o'clock. All right, that would be the same as noon because it is lunchtime, or it could be 12 o'clock midnight, which we will talk about later. And your last one, it was 5:30. Your 30 minutes past the hour of 5 o'clock. You should have shown that counting with 0, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. You're 30 minutes past the hour of 5 o'clock, making it 5:30 or half past 5 o'clock. Half past 5. All right, so hopefully that went well for you. Now we're moving on to the next page. Your time should have been 3:25, showing your counting. 9:05, make sure you're showing your counting with 5 minutes past the hour. Showing your counting for 11:40, starting, of course, with 0. I keep on forgetting to put my 0 in there. 0, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. 40 minutes past the hour of 11 o'clock. Hasn't quite made it to the 12 o'clock hour yet. And past the hour of 9 o'clock. I'm sorry, should be highlighting this. All right, so let's come down to this one down here. Would be 12:50, starting with 0, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, and 50. 50 minutes past the hour of 12 o'clock because it has not been the 1 o'clock hour yet. We started 50 minutes ago, it would have been 12 o'clock, and 50 minutes later, it's 50 minutes past the hour of 12. Okay, 7:15, starting, of course, with 0, 0, 5, 10, 15, 15 minutes past the hour of 7 o'clock. Hasn't had very much time to move. And this one probably is the one that will be most frequently missed, starting at 0, counting all the way around. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55. It is 55 minutes, not 55 minutes past the hour of 6, but rather 55 minutes past the hour of 5. We still have 5 minutes to go before it would be the 6 o'clock hour, even though it looks as though it could be 5 minutes to 6. It is 5 minutes to 6, but it is not the 6 o'clock hour. It is still the 5 o'clock hour. This kind you need to practice pretty often because it's frequently missed. All right, going on to the next page, same thing, 6:40, making sure that you've shown your counting. 9:20, and if you are missing these, my friends, you need to go back and you need to practice counting and figuring out where you're making your problems. On problem number 9, it is half past 4 o'clock or 4:30. And I know that I didn't quite get this all the way written in there. Sorry, 4:30, 4:40, 9:20. Number 10 was 2:45 because we are 45 minutes past the 2 o'clock hour. And this is 10 minutes past the 10 o'clock hour, making it 10:10. And we are 35 minutes past the hour of 8 o'clock, making it still the 8 o'clock hour. And we needed to add our hands onto problem number 13, counting around starting at 0, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25 minutes, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25 minutes. It is 25 minutes past the 7 o'clock hour. 25 minutes past the 7 o'clock hour. Here we have, starting at 0, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50. We are at 50 minutes, here's where things get interesting and confusing. 15 minutes past, hasn't been 2 o'clock yet, past the 1 o'clock hour. We still have this much more time before it would be the 2 o'clock hour. So it is 50 minutes past the 1 o'clock hour. Alrighty, and on this one, we are in the 5 o'clock hour, and we have counted from 0 up to 5, which makes it 5 minutes past the 5 o'clock hour. And if you wrote it like this, there is no such time as 5:5. So you need to make sure that you're showing us that there are 0 tens in that number. We have 5 minutes, not 10 minutes, but 5 minutes after 5. And if you wrote it like this, it is incorrect. And I saw a lot of kids doing that today. So let's move on to the next page. Here we go. So it's saying my hour hand points between the 9 and the 8 and the 9, which I have. In 35 minutes, it will be the next hour. So I know I'm going to have to count around from where I think it will be 35 minutes to the next hour. And so I knew if I started on 8:30, it would give me 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, but I have to have 35 minutes until it is the next hour. So I had to start at 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, which makes my time 8:25. That one was a hard problem. If you got it correct, you should give yourself a big smiley face. Mrs. Bradley fixes broken computers and started to work and finish his look at, brother, Miss Starr, you can read this. Look at the start and finish times for his work on the computer. How many minutes did he work? Well, he started at the 4 o'clock hour, went around the clock one time, and ended at the, wrong color. Started at the 4 o'clock hour, ended at the 5 o'clock hour, so he did a total of 60 minutes if you counted your way around. Angela eats lunch at 12:45 and spends 10 minutes eating lunch. Draw the hands on the clock to show what time she finished eating lunch. So I know she finished at 12:45, which I am showing here with 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45 is where, that's how much time she took to eat lunch. And she took another 10 minutes, this much time, 5 and 10. What time did that end her at? It ended her at 12:55 because she started at 1:45. Man, if you got that one right, you should give yourself a great big huge smiley face because I would be quite proud of you that you got that at 12:55. Okay, moving on to, not to the exit ticket. Sorry, that's not where I was going. Here I'm going right here. You should have 8:05, 5 minutes past the hour of 8 o'clock. 7:20, which is 20 minutes past the hour of 7 o'clock. We haven't made it to the 8 o'clock hour. This one already did. My sum for adding 1 plus 6 plus 8 is 15. What is the value of 13 tens? That should be easy for you by now. The value of 30 tens is 300. And Stephen has 3 rows of toys. 1, 2, 3. There are 4 toys in each row. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. They want to know how many toys are there in all. I can count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 12 toys. Or I could say 3 times 4 is 12. Or I could say 4 plus 4 plus 4 equals 12. Whichever way you figured that out would be okay with me. If you used a model using an array would be great. If you did repeated addition, that would be great as well. Or you could have said 3 groups of 4 is equal to 12. And Jill has 14 buttons, and she buys 8 more buttons. How many buttons does Jill have now? This is remembering how to do new groups below. 8 ones plus 4 ones is 12 ones. Can't have 12 ones, so I'm going to compose a 10 and put it over into my tens. 1 10 plus 1 10 is 2 tens for a total of 22 buttons. Jill has 22 buttons. Wow, I went through that pretty fast today, on 15 minutes. should have taken you a bit longer than that. And at this point, you are now going to be sending your exit ticket. Here it is right here. Make sure you show your counting. Show counting. Make sure you're using your blue and red pencils. And if you haven't obtained blue and red pencils, well, it would really help you to do better if you're having trouble with telling time. Or whatever, and I'm just telling you that that's what I'm doing here at school to help my students be able to better tell time, and send that off to your teacher. And with that, I am going to say goodbye for you for now, and I will see you again tomorrow, and you have yourself a great day of learning.